Sunday night on TBS, it began the 25 hours of binge watching the new show Angie Tribeca. The whole show is spoof and parody. It's an updated version, basically, of like the Naked Gun movies. I felt like it bled right into Monday Night Raw. I could have swore, as I'm watching what I guess was Monday Night Raw, that they were spoofing themselves. The open was parodying Chris Jericho, who used to be funny and clever. That act is wore thin, much like the King's commentary puns and jokes that he's been making since the Attitude Era, except it's all watered down now. Although I do have to say to Chris Jericho, I gotta say I did pop though when he was doing he was being the referee and throwing everybody out. He reminded me of Leslie Nielsen from the Naked Gun movie when Nielsen was the umpire and he was calling balls and strikes with more flair than Liberace. See, more spoofing. Here we go. Perhaps the biggest spoof was Vince and Stephanie McMahon. Nobody can ever take away the geniusness that Vince has shown in the past and what he's built. Stephanie, as I always say, is fine wine, and she's normally a very enjoyable heel performer. But that whole segment was brutal. Brutal. From the plastic eggs and the raffle that got the better of Vince, to the haha, not original, all of them have Roman Reigns in there, to the awkward timing. I felt uncomfortable watching the segment because I felt bad for them. I was like, this has to be embarrassing. This is the worst, one of the worst live TV segments we've ever seen. And Stephanie even referenced, it's right up there with McMahon calling people to tell them they won money, but he couldn't operate the phone. The show should have been called Survivor Series. Tag matches and 6-man tags and 8-man tags all the way around. Very uninspiring, unenthusiastic show for being 6 days out of one of the most exciting pay-per-views that WWE has in Royal Rumble. But I will say they finally got their act together for the finish. I got to think the WrestleMania card got a little bit of clarity when we saw Brock Lesnar laying on the ground as the Wyatt family stood over him after giving a pretty dominant beatdown, at least more dominant than most people get on Brock Lesnar. So it'll be interesting to see because you got a lot of bodies in the Wyatt family, so there's potential for Brock Lesnar to show that strength, but it's also potential to get a win for Bray Wyatt. Dare I even think a win on a pay-per-view for Bray Wyatt. The other thing that's going to be interesting about this is that Brock Lesnar is so real and Bray Wyatt is so sci-fi. So how they make this work and how they translate this into the ring, basically, is going to be very interesting to watch, assuming, of course, this goes beyond just the Royal Rumble and is not limited there. Hopefully, Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt, I could get behind that because then that opens up the possibility, I still think the possibility of a Kevin Owens versus The Undertaker, which we'll talk about, and I think that would be a great stepping stone for Kevin Owens. We got plenty to talk about over the next hour. 412-320-7925. Eva Marie will play that full conversation that her and I had. Plus, Ryan Satin of the Pro Wrestling Sheet. He's fresh off his appearance on the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast. We'll talk Royal Rumble with him. Your calls and more coming back here on TribLIVE Radio.